So behind, I guess to the right of the ship's hull, on the, I guess what I'd call the back side of this park, is the Caswell Cemetery. It says in 1929, Caswell descendant Rachel Watford gave the cemetery to the Moseley Bright Chapter National Society Daughters of the American Revolution. In return, the chapter agreed to erect a fence and provide perpetual care. In 1956, the state of North Carolina acquired the land surrounding the cemetery for the Governor Richard Caswell Memorial. Here's back in 1929 and gifting it. In 1998, the chapter began to repair and restore the cemetery. Here are some of the members in 1954. This is them excavating and uncovering a coffin slab from the Caswell's coffin. It says there was evidence that the preserved wood survived 200 plus years. Here's them digging it out. It says many of the Caswell descendants came together in 2007 during a week-long celebration coordinated by the Lenore County Colonial Commission, both the Society and Freemasons, and the North Carolina Sons of the American Revolution installed markers during the event. Looks like a pretty good event. Everybody dressed up nice. Kind of a panoramic view of the cemetery, which I'm not going to walk into out of respect for them. And then to the right of this, it does talk about remembering Richard Caswell. It said Richard Caswell died on December 10th, 1789 in Fayetteville, awaiting the General Assembly meeting ratification of the United States Constitution. A committee representing the North Carolina House and Senate arranged his funeral, including Masonic rites. So if you're familiar with the Masons, in keeping with his position as the Grand Master. I did not know he was a Grand Master Mason. Although Caswell's designated 2.5 acre plots of land as cemeteries, there's no allowance for a headstone. A monument to Caswell eventually recognized his accomplishments and importance to the state, but his grave remained unmarked. It says, despite the absence of an original marker, newspaper interviews with family members, Civil War era letters and maps, and a circa 1900 photograph locate his grave between his two wives buried here, which is that picture. And there's the map they're referencing. And that's it. So that is the Caswell, I guess, headstone there. Kind of walk around, I'll show you what it looks like. In the front of that it says, a hero among Masons. I'm assuming that's what they're referencing as his wife. It says Susan Gatlin. And then you can see the other part of the cemetery. I'll show you the headstones in the front. G.T. Brown, born 1845, died 1892. His memory is blessed. And Mary Brown, wife of G.T. Brown. There's more Gatlins in there in the back. Mary Brown, daughter of John and Martha Brown, otherwise known as Aunt Penny. That's pretty cool. Rachel Brown, wife of J.R. Watford. Sometime we will understand. I like that. And John Watford. That's the tour of the cemetery in the back. So on the way out of here, I saw this Pretty cool map about the historic sites in North Carolina, preserving the past for all people. It says the North Carolina Historical Sites program, 27 state historic sites, invites you to see our state as it opens the doors to the past. You can feel the cool dampness of an early gold mine underground, enjoy the wooden porch swings at famous Victorian boarding houses, and walk the fields where soldiers fought for our independence. The purpose of the North Carolina Historic Site is to preserve, develop, and interpret significant properties related to events, people, and themes important to our past. 27 state historic sites operate and maintain buildings and grounds for the enjoyment of all visitors for the future generations who wish to learn about the Tar Heel State. Here's a map. We are in Kinston, which is as eastern North Carolina as you can get. We also have a video about the Bentonville battlefield, and we're kind of going to go up in here, some stuff in Durham, all the way out to the mountains in Asheville. So it's pretty cool. And the website is northcarolinahistoricalsites.org. We're going to do a video on the battleship North Carolina. It's in Wilmington and Brunswick Town Forest, Fort Anderson. We're at the CSS Neuse right now, and Tryon Place is in Newbern, North Carolina, just down the road there. So we'll hit a few of these other ones. So we hope you enjoyed our tour of the CSS Neuse and the Caswell Memorial Visitor Center. Check it out sometime if you have the opportunity. Thanks for watching.